Hello and welcome to another episode of What's Inside. Today we're looking at Toboggans of Doom. It says crash and burn in 30 minutes or less. Race to be first or at least wipe out last. I found this on clearance somewhere and I thought, well, it looks goofy enough. You can expand it up to 4 players. It's 2 to 4, takes 20 to 40 minutes. Ages 8 and up. Level 3 strategy, some difficulty. So yeah, it's supposed to, you can, if you're playing 2 player, it's supposed to be about a 15-minute game. This is by Bucephalus Games. I can't pronounce that company. I think this is a European game. So this is Seattle, Washington. In the future, try not to have game companies named something stupid that I can't pronounce. So I can't promote your product if I can't pronounce the name. So let's open this up, see what we got. This looked really funny, so I thought, well, I'll give it a shot. It was nice and cheap. But if it's cool looking, maybe it'll be worth more. I like the idea, you know, it's sort of like it would be a cool racing game, actually. Box is a little cheaply put together. Alright, we got a rule book here, and we've got, oh, it's a bunch of counters. Alright, we'll look at all these in turn here. Some tokens and some dice. And a do not eat silica pack to keep everything minty fresh. Alright, so look at these in turn. Let's glance at the rule book here real quick. Manual of Destruction. And there's a bumper sticker that says, I break for no one. So it looks like it's pretty rules easy game. Game setup. This could have been a little, I don't know, I expected something a little different maybe. It might be okay. It looks like it's real easy, but I was expecting something a little bit more Car Wars-ish as opposed to Forbidden Island-ish. Alright, so we've got, yeah, it looks like about a set of dice. Yes, see a D20, a D12, D10, D8, D6, D4. So, yeah. 2 sets of those. There's a blue and a red set. See how good quality they are. Yeah, they seem to roll okay. Yeah, it's just 2 sets of dice. Nothing particularly out of the ordinary there. Let's look at the backs of these. There's obstacles, upgrades, obstacles, upgrade. These are little tokens. I don't know what they're for because I haven't read the rules, but kind of cheap looking little chits. Nothing spectacular, it's just cardboard. Looks like there's quite a few of them though. They're just 5s and 1s. Looks like there's an equal amount. I don't think it says in the book how much of each thing you're supposed to have. I like to know these things in case I have to replace anything. Alright, there's 30 obstacle tiles, 40 upgrade tiles, score tokens, 1 and 5 point values. So that's what these are. It doesn't say how many there are, but at least 12 of each, just from an initial glance. So let's get that out of the way, because they're kind of unimportant. Alright, let's start with this one that's, we can't see the back of. Cellophane's pretty cheap, that's not a good sign. It's that crinkly, annoying, old type cellophane. Sticks to you, staticky. Alright, the run. This is, there's the upgrade phase on one side. and on the other side is the run. So it gives you a rundown of what the back of the rule book says. So these are upgrades. Let's do the obstacles first because they seem to have better art. Alright. Let's get these out of the way. Alright, so our first obstacle here is a mammoth herd. D20 and D12. We've got Mad Scientist University. Poacher's Net. It's a polar bear with a bottle of pop or soda, depending where you live. It's making fun of the Coca-Cola guys. There's a Snowman Phalanx. River Rapids. Melvin Snidely CPA. He's got the Snidely Whiplash mustache, which is pretty cool. Igloo with a Confederate flag on it for some reason. An ex-girlfriend. An avalanche. A snowbank. Because there's an ATM. Snow Fox Den. Sasquatch. He's got a fedora because apparently he ate a hipster recently. Meteor Shower. Glacial Crevasse. And Aurora Borealis. Alright, so there's some obstacles. Let's look at the other obstacle pack and then we'll get to our upgrades. See if I can get this cheap cellophane to come off and not stick to my hands. Alright, we have a volcanic fissure, which looks suspiciously like this one, only red. We have a traffic jam. Stupid snowmobilers. A grizzly trap. It's got Twinkie on it. A laser cannon. Hailstorm. Barbed wire fence that apparently Santa ran into. Caffeine withdrawal. UFO tractor beam. Military maneuvers. Icicle palisade. Evil trees. Acid pit. DeForester X9000. A Viking opera. And a shark attack. Alright, not bad. The tiles are pretty nice. The quality of the laminate is not good. It's pretty cheap, so these might come stuck together if these have been out for too long. So if you find it new, be a little hesitant about that, because that cellophane is going to hold these together, and this cheap lamination is going to make them stick together. But they are thick cardstock, so that is a bit of a trade-off. That is kind of good, I guess. Let's move these obstacles out of the way. And let's look at our upgrades. Let's look at the one I already opened first. Alright, we've got a vaulting pole. And we've got a spring plate. These all have price tags at the bottom. I'm not sure why. We got a shadow caster. We've got a rabbit's foot. We got a portable ramp. We've got a giant drill bit. A drop top. Army of moles. A wall jump. Tree grapple. Orbital re-entry. Frickin' laser beams. Flamethrower. Duck and weave. Alright, let's go to our next package here. Alright, we have an outrigger, glider wings, Gadget legs. A cow catcher. And a surprised cow. Binoculars. Anti-gravity. Zeppelin ticket. Teleporter. Shiny distractions. Reinforced frame. Lowered chassis. Lost delivery truck. A baseball bat. A backup generator. Air brakes. This, I have kind of a film to them, which is the early sign of what I was complaining about, is these have such cheap lamination, they will stick together eventually. At least that's my hypothesis. I could be wrong. Let's look at our last group here. Alright, we've got a double jump. Ignore one failure, one up. Wafer Theme. Turbo boosters. We've got a secret handshake. Portable hole. Portal reference. Liquid transform. Fireworks array. Drink me. This is now with electrolytes. Chopper blades. Care Bear share. We've got Strike 2. Quake rocket jump. That's an old reference. Precision steering. So, a lot of in-jokes, a lot of silliness here. That doesn't bother me at all, obviously. I'm a nerd, so what does bother me is the lamination quality is pretty cheap. The dice are fine. The game looks fairly simple. I'm a little disappointed with the way it's presented. Looked a little different than what you actually get. So I'm a little disappointed with that. I think this is kind of aimed at a younger audience, even though the references are much older. It is aimed at ages 8 to adult. They do have a game called The Bill of Rights, a game of historic revision, and that has an intriguing title. And a game called Rorschach is advertised on the sides, as well as Lab Rats. So some of their other games might be worth checking out. I've never heard of this company off the top of my head, so I can't tell if I've actually played anything by them. But this one looks like it might be okay. I don't know how much I would be willing to pay for this though. I got this copy super cheap, like I said, on clearance. Probably more of an outlier. But it might be worth checking out. It looks like it's one of those that you create 2 columns and each person's got to reach a certain point. So yeah, I don't know what I think of this one. A unique upgrade bidding system, win or wipe out in 15 minutes or less. Strategically choose the best path down the treacherous mountain. So I don't know, I'd have to see how this one plays out. But overall, initial impression is it looks like it's okay game. The quality's kind of mixed. The cards are nice and thick, tiles. The chits they're cardboard chits. The dice are okay. The problem I had is the lamination, and over the years that gets to be feeling weird. And as you can tell, it's kind of bothering me. So I don't know why they didn't put a little more money into that, because I can handle the box not being super high quality, because it's only okay quality. You can see the flaws in it when you look at it and kind of touch it. You can tell it's just a cheap wraparound. So I'm okay with that, but have the inside stuff be a little better. So yeah, I would check this out. It might be fun. Probably more fun for younger players who are going to find it to be silly and goofy. But yeah, I don't think I'd pay more than maybe $10 for it. But I paid less than half that. So if you see it cheap, pick it up. Might be worth a shot. But otherwise, you saw what's in the box. Give you an idea of what to work with. But that'll do it for this episode. We've seen what's inside. So we hope to see you next time. As always, thanks for watching. And that's Toboggans of Doom.